I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media. We've got Ron Sari from the School District of Waupaca and Aaron Jensen with the City of Waupaca back again. Hello, guys.
Hey, hello, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
And the first thing we're going to talk about this week is a little recognition for the Waupaca Municipal Airport.
Yeah, we received word this week that our FBO, which for those non-pilots or aviation enthusiasts, means fixed based operation, which is basically the services at our airport. It got nominated for the FBO of the month by something that's called the Piper Flyer Association, which is big in the state. There's a big write-up in the magazine. Not only did it get nominated, it actually got selected for the FBO of the month. And it was nominated by someone who actually flew in for EAA AirVenture and needed their plane worked on, needed some mechanical services, which our airport has, which is not every airport has. That's our size. Our actual Matt Klatt is a certified mechanic. He is our airport manager along with his wife, Brittany. And just a nice write-up. I'm just going to read a little something from that write-up. It says, in my opinion, based on the actions I saw, the Waupaca Airport is in good hands. Conversations show that Matt has worked hard with city staff to implement some changes, and eventually Waupaca will be a go-to airport in central Wisconsin. So kind of neat to get that recognition, and Matt and Brittany are doing a great job at building some excitement around that great community asset. So
cool. Ron, we're going to talk about something, a concept that's new to me that's kind of intriguing. The school district's been working on changing the way they grade. And this school year, this is going to start getting implemented at the middle school level, target-based grading. So explain to us what that means.
Thanks, Josh. Over the past several years, our staff has worked real hard to improve our alignment and progression of learning expectations. And so that means that there's a shift from the traditional way that we've been used to being graded when we all went to school, getting the A, B, C, D, and from 0 to 100 percentiles, to what is called target-based learning and target-based grading and reporting. That is the next step in our journey with the work that our staff is doing. Every Wednesday we have these early dismissals, and our staff is working on their curriculum, and they're working on their targets, their learning targets from the curriculum. And the reason that we do that is to improve communication and improve feedback to students so that they better understand what they need to learn. They know each target, and then they're assessed on evidence of reaching proficiency in each target. So we believe that this is going to improve understanding and clarity for students and staff.
So when these students get their report card, is it just 1 through 3 on a traditional subject, or is it broken out different? How does that work?
Yeah, instead of the 0 to 100 percentile and then throwing a letter grade in there, it is just like you said, it's a 1, 2, and 3 as far as grade descriptors. And a 1 means that they need support. It means at that point in time for that specific learning target, the student demonstrates little or no proficiency in learning that expectation. So that means that the student requires more additional support. If the student earns a 2, it shows that there's evidence that the student is making partial proficiency in those learning expectations. The student may show success, hopefully, when they're given additional support. And then finally, that 3rd grade descriptor, a 3, means that they are proficient. And at that point in time, they're demonstrating proficiency in that learning target. So that's the 1 through 3. And then there could be an NE. An NE means that there is no evidence at this time that they're making progress towards proficiency.
So you've been doing this in the elementary grades for a couple of years. It's getting implemented in the middle school. Is this something we can expect down the road for the high school?
Yeah, we anticipate this next year that the high school is going to move in this direction. They're preparing for it. Everybody knows about it. This is the next step in our learning journey as we're working on improving communication and teaching and learning and helping students better understand what they're learning and providing feedback. And, Josh, we understand that determining final grades is going to look different than it has in the past. But just like every other aspect of society, the best practices and knowledge surrounding grading has evolved. And so do we have to evolve as educators? And the bottom line is that grades communicate student achievement on clearly specified learning targets or expectations during a period of time. So that is what our report cards are now going to be sharing and communicating to students and parents, what they have learned and what we have evidence that they've learned during that period of time.
Okay. We're going to jump over to Aaron, talk a little bit about the city budget process.
Yeah, so last night we had another committee of the whole meeting. These committee of the whole meetings, as a reminder, are workshops, no actions taken. Last night, we actually went into a closed session, talked about some personnel, and we'll continue through that budget process over the course of October and into November. We're starting to get some numbers in from shared revenue numbers, levy limit numbers, all of those things, which obviously start to paint a picture of what we can do and what services we can provide at what level. So we're just keeping an eye on those things, filling them in as they come in, and we can anticipate probably getting a first draft version of the budget either late October or early November out to City Council. And I can tell you that our staff, Stephanie, our assistant finance director's been doing a great job and keeping an eye on everything and getting those documents and forecasting documents prepared. And I think we had a productive meeting last night with department heads and council. So moving through the process.
And then go from city council over to school board. Ron, you guys just had your annual board retreat. So what's that all about?
Yeah, every year the board, after an election and you get a new board, it's kind of a new team. If any, you get one, even just one person or two or however many new people on a team, let's say, it's a new team. And so you have to kind of reorientate things. And we here in the school district of Waupaca have what we are calling board norms. And board norms are like trust accelerators. We have 7 of them. And the purpose is to keep the conversation in a positive, professional, productive, constructive manner. And a lot of people may think, oh, we're reading these norms. It's a bunch of meaningless words at the beginning of our meeting and how we behave. But really what they are operational principles that we follow so that at all times we're being within the boundaries of what we believe and value. So it's kind of like a proactive plan. I'm flawed. All human beings, we all have flaws and we all make mistakes. And sooner or later, there's going to be tension or a misunderstanding or some kind of a conflict. So our trust accelerators or our norms are that fabric that we kind of play on. And if things get tough and tension and misunderstanding, we can go back and one board member can say to another, hey, Bill, remember we agreed to our norms or our trust accelerators. And I just want to point that out. You agreed to them too, right? And let's get back to them. Let's get back within our boundaries and our norms that we all agreed on how we're going to interact and communicate with each other. So yeah, we went through that. We have 7 of them. We still have 7. There were some changes done, and that's good. The board went through each one individually and wrote down what they interpret that to mean to them, and then had a conversation to make sure that everybody's all on the same page. And so it's for the board and the superintendent team, that administrative board team, all of us. And it was a good conversation. It was productive, and I think it'll help us continue to improve.
All right. And then Aaron, Rocktoberfest is Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my Rotary hat on for just a second. So a couple days. It's supposed to be great weather. It's starting to feel like fall today. Rocktoberfest is one of Rotary's largest fundraisers. We have 2 great bands playing. One, the Charlie Justman Rock and Variety Band. They're fantastic. If you haven't seen them, they have a little something for everybody. Very entertaining. They're from 5 to, I think it's 5 to 8, or just before then. And then Spicy Thai Band from 8 to 11. So both great bands. Hope to draw a crowd, come out, support Waupaca Rotary. Really, to sum it up, Waupaca Rotary is all about making the lives of our community members better and the lives of people across the world better, to really put a broad net over it. They do great work, hands-on projects, civic projects in the community, volunteer work. So
And then
come out and support.
where's this event taking place?
Yeah, that'd be helpful for people to know. It's right by City Hall and the library downtown, right off of Main Street on East Fulton Street. You'll see a big tent if you come down. That'll be put up tomorrow evening. So,
Ron, Aaron, appreciate the time once again to get the community up to date.
Thanks for the opportunity, Josh.
thank you, Josh.